welcome back.
Hi.
So he's a married man now, by the way. Yeah. You can't see that.
Yes, you can.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
It's mostly in darkness.
No, see, it's on my ring.
Oh, I thought you were doing the
Oh no, I meant
the Hina tattoos you still got on there.
Yeah. I was showing the ring.
Oh god, it is a nice ring. If you want the photos and videos, they're on the Facebook page.
Really?
Yeah, I put some up there.
Cool.
Yeah, and the video you've seen, which is very, very popular, apparently.
What, on the actual Facebook page, or
On my page, I have a few comments, but
yeah.
yeah.
I was trying to find it. I was like, wait a minute, where the hell did Michael post it?
It's in the group I posted all the other video.
Okay.
All the videos, photos. So
That
it's
would
in there.
explain it.
Yeah, I know Karina commented. I think she tagged her girlfriend in there.
Yeah.
And she goes, "That's gonna be hard to top." Like, I know.
It's funny, the one that my stepmom posted, she was doing the whole circular thing, and I saw you going,
Oh yeah, the one they quickly cut away from. I noticed.
yeah.
They picked the most awkward fucking shots of me putting that goddamn video.
Yeah, no, it was the, when you're recording me singing, and my stepmom was doing the same thing, she was going around the room.
Oh yeah.
And you kind of gave a little...
Oh yeah. That sounds like something I would do.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone's actually I might just splice some photos into the video here, but anyway, so yeah, we finally got to see Guardians. This is gonna be my first of 2 videos on this topic because Sarah wanted to be here, and unfortunately I need to get videos on the site because I only put one up last week. So I'll be recording with her too, as my apology. To get her thoughts on there. So yeah, Guardians 2. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
First up, I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it a lot.
Now here's where it gets tricky, because it's one of those things. Did you like it better than the first one?
It was a close second.
Yeah, because like that, for me, it's really hard to fucking choose.
Yeah.
Because even though it's from the same movie, it's kind of apples and oranges.
Yeah, like this one is a much more thoughtful piece despite some of the wacky, insane actions.
Yeah, it makes it fucking work.
Yeah.
Like the wacky shit. One of the main characters is a talking planet.
Yeah.
Played by Kurt Russell of all people. And it fucking works.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you make yourself a penis? Dude, I don't want to hear
that. Yeah. What? My mother would tell me the story of my impregnation at every winter solstice.
Yeah. Nago was like, I do have a penis.
Yes, thank you.
And it's not that bad either. Ooh. Oh.
Okay, so let's get the contrast stuff out of the way right now. And by the way, as usual, we'll go into spoilers, so I'm gonna say right now, I recommend seeing the movie, highly recommend seeing the movie. It's a lot of fun, but it's got more heart than the first one did, I felt.
I wouldn't say it quite had more heart, but it definitely tried to explore more of the characters. Because, like, I felt...
Well, here's the thing, like, here's the big difference, I think, between the first one and the second one is, like, the pacing's a lot better in the first one, but the characters are so much better in the second one. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Because, like...
no, for the most part, I can definitely agree with that, because it felt like they definitely gave the...
They're given a lot more wiggle room to do things.
Yeah.
And they're not just, they're no longer just actors in a plot. Because, like, the first movie, I really like the first movie, but it's very fast-paced. You don't really get to know the characters that well. Gamora doesn't have a whole lot to do for the majority of that movie.
Yeah.
Here she does, and she's given a very interesting subplot. Like, everyone here is given kind of interesting subplot.
Yeah.
Except for Groot, who had plenty of screen time in the last movie, so it kind of works.
Yeah.
So it evens out okay. But the actors are giving a lot more to do. They're given a lot more to chew on. There's a lot better. There's some great dynamics. There's some great chemistry.
Yes, it was definitely interesting seeing how they actually shifted things around, like having Groot and Yondu of all people. Or sorry, not Rocket and Yondu of all people.
Which again, and even like Yondu, who's a bit player in the first movie, is given a significantly bigger role here, and it works. As creepy as that actor is in real life, he's a good actor.
Yeah. Like, they definitely tried to they tried to explore while building, and this, you know, yeah, keep talking right now. The thing I like with how they built the thing up between him and Rocket was it simultaneously built up the stuff between him and Peter.
Yeah, and like, again,
that is how you use exposition well.
And these relationships work. They work really well. I mean, again, Nebula, a bit player, kind of a 2D-dimensional villain in this first one.
As she is given depth.
She's given, like, she turns from a standard villain to a tragic fucking character.
Yeah.
With just a few monologues. And again, it's played by extremely talented actors.
Yeah.
Who, like, there's a surprising amount of drama in a movie called Guardians of the Galaxy. Where it's like, and I think what was impressing me about this movie the most is the fact the first one was trying to sell a ridiculous concept, and it pulled that off.
Yeah.
Now it's seeing what we can do with that, and I appreciate that about the movie.
Yeah.
And that it's not just trying to be the first movie. Although there's a lot, like, honestly, I think the more annoying stuff about this movie is when it tried to be like the first one.
I can kind of see that. For me, and I think that was where some of that disjointedness came from, where I said, like, it didn't quite feel as cohesive.
Yeah, and I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So it comes down to, like, that's why I said it's kind of hard to pick which one is better, because it depends on what you like more. Do you like better characterizations, or you like better pacing?
Yeah. Do you kind of like, it's like, do you like things as a whole, or things actually try to mine the depth out of it?
And I still say this all works cohesively as a whole, especially now I've seen it twice.
Yeah.
I still say it all works relatively well as a whole, but yeah, there is definitely a bit of a, oh, we're over here now.
Yeah.
Kind of Lord of the Rings-ing it a little bit.
Yeah.
Or Empire Strike Back, pick whichever one you prefer. I mean, this movie has a lot in common with Empire Strike Back. It even ends on a pretty somber tone.
Yeah. Actually kind of reminded me more of Star Trek 2.
The old one or the new one?
Old one.
Okay, yeah.
Which, ironically, was also another con one.
I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
I kind of go more Empire Strikes Back by a little bit, but I could see Star Trek 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like... Yeah, so that's really the best comparison to make. So, just want to dive into spoilers. I take it back. There's a few things I can talk about before we get into spoilers. One, I loved Mantis. I thought she was a great character. I don't know who plays her, but she's great.
Yeah.
She has some great scenes, and I like, this thing that makes it work for me is the fact that this is a much slower paced film than the last one is, but in doing so, it takes a chance for these characters to really breathe.
Yeah.
And there's some really kind of tear-jerky scenes in the movie.
Yeah, I was like, okay, you earned the emotional pull here.
Yeah, and exactly, and it's because James Gunn was smart in the fact that you don't need to explain these characters anymore.
Yeah.
You already know them, you like them already. Even the characters it brings back from the first movie that weren't very big players in the first one, like, you already know who they are. So you don't need to explain them more than necessary. So it can just focus on the relationships, and that's why the movie works.
And they actually used it to still build upon those characters, which is usually the issue that a lot of sequels have made. Whereas they're just, like, with Thor 2, for example.
Oh, yeah. Which is, in my opinion, like, right there with Iron Man 2 is the weakest of the Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Now, granted, a weak Marvel movie is still better than a lot of blockbusters I see, but still.
Because at worst, they're average. That's not bad.
Yeah. So at least there's like, okay, it's still watchable.
Yeah.
But anyway, sorry, I cut you off there.
No, that was pretty much all I was just saying. Is like, I'm just glad they were able to use that time to build and not try and do a carbon copy.
And then they aren't trying to throw in 1,000 different references to other Marvel movies in there too, which I appreciate the fact this is like the one. It's probably the most standalone Marvel movie they've made since the first Iron Man.
Yeah.
Even then, they were still tying in other shit. Because like this really it just feels like a standalone space adventure with a cast of characters you already know and like quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Empire Strikes Back meets Indiana Jones in a way.
Yeah.
And I appreciate that about the movie. But like, for example, there's that scene where Mantis is a character who's like an empath, who's like she can touch you and she can feel your emotions.
Or even make some quick little changes to them.
Yeah, but there's a scene, and then she ends up kind of connecting with Drax, and what I love their dynamic.
Yeah.
Because she is just, I don't know why I'm a sucker for these characters, but like the blissfully innocent, I don't know what it is. Just, you know what it is? It's the characters are so, they're not guarded in any way, shape, or form. They wear their emotions on their sleeve. What you see is what you get. There's something about that I just deeply appreciate. Yeah. Because you don't see that very often.
It's like that whole well-intentioned, the things like, oddly well-intentioned despite their dumbness.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that gullibility, I think, that makes it kind of charming.
Yeah, there's a great charm to her, and she's played by an insanely likable actress.
Yeah. I'll check who that was, because I know
who's covered in makeup, God bless her.
Yeah.
But there's a scene in there where she's kind of connecting with Drax. Anybody's found, and Drax kind of starts talking about his family.
Yeah.
And then there's the part where, like, every time she can touch somebody, she feels whatever it is they're feeling instantly.
Like the first time she connected
scene,
with
which was
Drax.
fucking great, which is in the trailer, but there's an extended scene of that just made it fucking hilarious. But anyway. And then without Drax even like really kind of emoting that much what's going on, she just starts breaking out of tears as soon as she touches him. I thought that was a great characterization scene. Do you see who plays her?
Palm Clementif.
That is a interesting name.
She is Canadian.
Ah, the Canadians.
Huh, she was an old boy. I think. I really don't know what she is.
Racist. Spray tanned. That's what she is.
It's basically the term that we gave Keanu Reeves. He's some kind of what the fuck.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I'm not even going anywhere near that topic. But anyway, so yeah, I think at this point we can kind of go into spoiler territory.
Yeah. So I'm guessing probably Canadian and Korean, most likely. Sorry, it's just really fascinating.
Why are you obsessed with this?
I don't know. It's just kind of fascinating. Just when you, I don't know. It's just one of those things like you trying to figure out what someone's ethnicity sometimes.
Nice hole you got there, sir. Here's a shovel.
Dude, a bunch of Indian people thought I was Indian. That was fun.
Actually, I showed one of the pictures to one of my coworkers. She thought we were Indian too.
See?
And I was like, and it's the beard. She's like, it is the beard. But yeah, so going into spoiler territory from here on out, so you know the drill.
Yeah.
So Kurt Russell's the villain. I loved Kurt Russell in this movie.
Yeah.
I thought he was great.
You got some great fun moments in there.
Yeah, it's great fun moments in there. And I think I was so happy because I feel like this is like one of the first well-developed Marvel movie villains we've seen in a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Which I really I appreciate it. Even though when you break down his evil scheme, it's basically the same as Ultron's.
Yeah.
But at the same time, this character also has personality and key relationship with the characters. There's also a genuineness to him too. Even though he's still the bad guy, everything he said and done up to that point is still genuine.
Yeah.
Which I appreciated too. Even though here's another thing I liked about this movie compared to the first Guardians is I wasn't really. There were still cheesy moments in this movie too, but I didn't feel like there was as many as the first one.
Yeah.
And I think that largely comes back to that the actors are a lot more comfortable in their roles than they were in the first movie too. Rocket, for example. In the first movie, I liked him in the first movie, but I thought there were some lines that were kind of stilted or just came off as kind of awkward.
I didn't really get that vibe.
It bugs me every time I watch it.
Yeah. I guess for me, it didn't really bug me as much just because, I saw it as more of a, straight-up comic book movie in those regards.
Yeah, and it wasn't so much that. It was so much, again, some of the readings that Bradley Cooper did just felt off to me.
Right.
That's the first thing you've said that's not batshit crazy. I don't know, that line never worked with me. And that happened a few times.
I'd have to hear it again, then.
There's just some lines on again, like that with the grass line, too, in the movie, too. Those words, I don't know what it is. It never felt like he was entirely comfortable in the role yet. This one, I didn't have a problem with this.
Yeah.
Because Bradley Cooper I thought was great as Rocket in this movie. I didn't have a problem really understand, I didn't have that same disconnect, that same distracting element that I did in the first movie. Same goes for, Dave Bautista, too, who's also, God bless him, is having the time of his fucking life making these movies.
Yeah.
He's kind of like Jason Momoa. Looks like he's the only one having fun in the new Justice League trailer.
Yeah. Looks like a bat.
I dig it. Yeah! It's all right, this might be worth watching just for Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Regardless of how that movie turns out, I'm scared.
Yeah. Well, I will say, after some... Sorry, this is kind of a random off-topic thing. Or, no, I'll tell you later.
We never go off-topic in these videos. But again, it comes down to making these ridiculous things like a baby tree monster played by Vin Diesel, a talking raccoon, a blue alien with a giant afro, and Kurt Russell playing a giant planet with his face on it. It makes these things fucking work. And god damn it, Marvel, this formula should not be working as well as it has.
Yeah. Oddly enough, I was watching the Honest trailer for the first movie again.
Yeah.
So I was like, they were just completely trolling the audience. Yeah. Yeah, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take remember the dumb fat guy from Parks and Rec? We're going to beef him up and make him a sex symbol. Why? Because, fuck you, we're Marvel.
Pretty much. So another, like, again, going back to Kurt Russell, like, and I really like the climax too. Granted, I think the climax goes on a bit too long.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing I'll say about this movie. You could have cut some minutes off of this.
Yeah, it did not need to be 2:15.
No, it did not. And I feel like rewatching it again, I loved the climax the first time I watched it. I watched it again, I was like, yeah, you could have shaved some minutes off this.
Yeah.
But I love the final showdown between like him and Peter, because again, like they're at that point they have a relationship.
Yeah.
They have a connection of some sort. So there's actual like. You care what the character is going through in that time. And well, you don't often with a lot of Marvel movies because the villains and those are so unknown and you don't give a shit.
Yeah.
So like that's something I really appreciate in this one too. Is like at that point, even though why he's doing what he's doing doesn't make a whole lot of sense when you actually think about it, because the movie kind of glosses over explaining that part.
Yeah, it just kind of. It was like, how does killing all of existence give you purpose?
Yeah, like
what was the other thing that bugged me? I was like, wait. If you had a bomb that would kill everyone, why would you have Why would you have that button when you don't want to kill yourselves to begin with?
Hail Mary pass, man. If you're going down, take everyone down with you.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, that seems like a rocket thing to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
But anywho, like when Kurt Russell's like excited about something, even though it's like for evil purposes, you can tell he feels genuinely excited. You can tell he genuinely wants to have a connection with his son because he feels like he's the only one like him. So there's kind of, you get that connection.
I don't know. I felt that was just more like general manipulation.
I don't know, I got the feeling like he genuinely wanted to have a relationship with his son because again, he's the only one that's actually succeeded in gaining the sentience part.
Right.
And he had this whole thing about not wanting to be alone and that kind of thing. So I kind of got that. Yeah. I felt like he genuinely wanted to build a connection while also still manipulating him.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought like a mixture of both. I love that they actually went so far as to put the face on the planet.
Yeah.
I was so happy when I saw it the first time. I was like, yes! We got the face planet! Because that was one thing I was like, I was going to be so pissed off. And the homie's like, God damn it, they didn't put the fucking face on the fucking planet. God damn, Marvel, you had one fucking job.
Yeah.
Granted, I would have understood why they didn't, but I would have wanted it so badly.
If there's anyone that they had to do it in, it was going to be Guardians of the Galaxy.
Exactly. You can pull that off in an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been doing most of the talking here.
There's not much else to say. Like, I'd say you got a few points, like, or you're pretty much on point with it. Mm-hmm. Like I said, my main issue was, or issues, which are
like
not,
the pacing.
Not major. Yeah, the pacing that there was kind of that wasn't quite as straight on focused. Because, like, it felt like the stuff with, what the hell were those gold people called again? The Sentinels?
Oh, yeah. Well, you can tell I was like, I know what you're talking about, but I think, although there was that great joke in the beginning of the movie.
I don't even remember which one it was.
When they're flying the drone ships. And it pans up like in the arcade with all the sounds.
Yeah.
And shit like it's from the 80s.
Yeah.
And then they all crowded the one good shit like, you got this, man, you got this. As soon as he dies, you suck, Steve.
That was funny. Yeah.
So that was more of a red herring, you can tell.
Yeah. Well, also, just the whole idea is like, what was the point of all that?
To set up Adam Warlock.
You know what set up Adam Warlock? The cracked cocoon in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
I felt I'm okay with the change because I felt like if it was just he was in the collector's base, that would have been kind of hollow.
Yeah,
because Adam Warlock's a pretty big deal.
Yeah,
so I would have gotten kind of more annoyed. I'm a little disappointed he's not in Infinity War.
Yeah, no, I think they're going to be putting him in part 2. I think.
Is there even a part 2 at this point? Because they said Avengers 4 is going to be named something different now.
Yeah, well, regardless, it's still going to be, like, it's going to be almost a direct follow-up from what I've heard.
Okay. Well, I don't think Adam Warlock's going to appear till, like, Avengers 3. Not Avengers 3.
Avengers 4.
Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I think, at this point.
From what
they already confirmed he's not in the movie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Then how are they going to beat Thanos?
Vision?
But presumably he's probably going to crush Vision's head and get the Infinity Stone.
Well, like Adam Warlock was the one with the stone on his head in the comics, and
Yeah, that's true.
that passed on to Vision. So
fair enough.
yeah, so that's my guess. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. Speaking of confirming fan theories,
Oh yeah. Oh God, yes, yes. Stan Lee.
yeah, I was like, how are you gonna top that? For
Now, for a while, Amazing Spider-Man, I swore, was his best cameo.
you like that one the best?
Not anymore. Oh, this one was amazing.
There was a few points I was like, I want to say something, but I couldn't dare live with myself if I did. That was one of them.
Oh, just like the epic, that one.
Yeah. I think it's like someone made the best joke about that. It was like, this movie is all about how Pac-Man is a better game than No Man's Sky.
Whack, whack, whack. Oh, we gotta mod that game.
I'm sure somebody's already on it.
Everywhere you go, Pac-Man is eating the planets.
That'd be amazing. Like Pac-Man is Galactus.
Oh my God! They need to do that. Oh wait, he's owned by Fox.
They can get him back. That's how they got Ego. Isn't that... Am I thinking Ego or am I thinking Ronan?
I can't remember.
Yeah.
There was some character they did a switch.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Ego.
Yeah,
I could be wrong. Which, again, of all the space villains you could have adapted, you went with Ego, and I love that. I love, like, we're gonna pick the most absurd one we could think of, and we're gonna make a dramatic story around it. And they fucking did.
Yeah. Also, I love how you missed the Jeff Goldblum cameo.
I saw it.
No, remember?
Was
No,
there
the first time.
There was the first time? Where was the first
You
time?
said, because you were just, when I pointed out, you were like, wait, is that Jeff Goldblum dancing?
Oh, yeah, I mean, I caught that one. But
Well, because
did he pop in the credits twice or something?
no, because it sounded like when you said it, it sounded like you missed it the first time you watched the movie or something.
Oh, yeah, because I wasn't really paying attention to the credits. I was pretty
Yeah,
tired at
that's
that
what I
point.
meant.
Yeah, because keep in mind, I woke up at 6. I woke up at 6 to drive to your wedding.
Ugh.
So
Oh, you poor bastard. You should have got a hotel.
I couldn't. I had work in San Jose the next day.
Fair point.
Yeah, because then I had to drive back to work 3 jobs the next day, then have 20 minutes of break, then drive up to your reception,
Yeah.
stay there till 11, and then drive drunk in Howard an hour and a half back.
All right, yeah. Ugh.
So that was, and then the next day I went hiking. So it was an eventful fucking weekend for me. Oh, then I fought Jedis in the park in San Jose after I saw Guardians 2 and after driving back from Stockton.
Nice.
It was a very eventful weekend. Also, why the other videos came out last week.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot to like about this movie, but like, if you like the first one better, I get it. I don't know which one I like better, to be honest. Because I'm more of a character man than anything else. Yeah. And like, there's just a lot of great scenes I really fucking liked in this movie.
Yeah. I think that was the other thing I think that I liked more about the first movie was the humor overall. I think
no, like I agree on that. The humor's better than the first one.
Yeah, and I think that was the other thing because I know it's like this one. While it definitely had its laugh out loud moments, it didn't get me as hard as the first movie did. Although I will say the movie still had me at least chuckling very consistently.
And again, like, I think that comes down to the fact that it is a more dramatic story,
and that's fair.
And I think that's because that's what I said earlier that's what I meant earlier when I said that I think the more annoying bits is when it tries to be more like the first movie.
Yeah.
Because like sometimes the humor does feel a little more forced in this one than it did in the first one. Now that's a flying complete notch, and I think it's because it's a more dramatic story.
And yeah.
In this one, and I think that's why the humor doesn't land as often as it did in the first movie. Now, there's some great fucking jokes in there. One of the best ones was when a group brings back a toe and they Yondu.
Oh yeah.
Yondu and Rockets look at it and go,
yeah.
Please tell me there's a fridge somewhere that has a bunch of severed human. No, okay, we're just never gonna talk about this again. Yeah.
I agree to never discuss this.
But again, because you have Yondu as given this whole background and given this whole character arc throughout the movie. You have Rocket, who's a lot more expressive in this film than the first one. I noticed, mostly in the CGI. I noticed that's what I noticed from the first movie. Is he looks more expressive.
Yeah,
like they found a way to do it well and do it convincingly. Gamora and Nebula's plotline, I really got invested in.
I'm glad that they gave her some development and went beyond rivalry to why that rivalry hurt so much for her.
Yeah, and again, it's like, the woman, I forget who plays Nebula, but she knocks out of the goddamn... Karen Gillian. She just knocks out of the goddamn park.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's so hard to choose between the two, because, there's so many scenes in Guardians 2 I love!
Yeah.
So much!
Which reminds me, I think that was the other issue, as well done as it was, was it felt like they forced the family angle a little bit too much to the forefront. Whereas, the
first one did it too.
Yeah, but
the first one did it too.
But I think this one was a little bit more on the nose about it. That's what I should have said.
I can see where you get that. It didn't really bother me.
Yeah.
But to me, it worked.
Yeah, because like I said, even though that is a complaint, they still did it well. Like, as you said, the development for any subplots
and I really
gave the characters some much needed development.
And I also liked, in comparison to the first movie, I also liked how Gamora and Peter talked to each other in this movie, too.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Because this one, it's very flirtatious in the first one. Chris Pratt is also given a lot more to do in this movie too, which I really appreciate. Obviously, his movie's surrounding him and his father and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I also like how he talks. He's given much more character rather than I'm just Chris Pratt and I'm charming.
Right.
Which is a big part of his character in this one. This one, he has a lot more going on. And that shows in the scenes he has one-on-one with Gamora.
Yeah.
And Zoe Saldana.
Saldana,
That's how you say it. Is given a lot more to do in this movie than she was in the first one too.
Yeah.
Because again, there's scenes where she kind of plays his confidant a little bit, and he's not there's scenes where they're taking a walk in the one, and he's not being flirtatious. He's just talking straight, and she's being supportive of that, or kind of giving honest feedback. To me, those scenes feel more genuine than a lot of what we got in the first one. That's not to say the first one did it bad by any means of imagination, but that one was very much, we have to get to the next point of the plot.
Yeah.
Well, this one says we can take our time.
Yeah.
And
I can agree with that.
And that's a big, that comes down to, again, just preference.
Yeah.
And that, again, I'm so even keel on this one. I don't know which one I like better. I'm a sucker for that shit.
It's basically, do you like the form or do you like the
characters?
Yeah.
Again, that's what when I tell him, did you like it? My friend's if the first one has better pace and this one has better characterization.
Yeah.
That's really how I define these two movies. So it really comes down to which one you prefer.
Yeah.
But if you prefer one over the other, I respect your decision regardless.
Yeah.
I know I didn't get quite any nerdy discussions on that, but I'll save a good chunk of it for when I talk about this again with Sarah.
Right. By the way, also just before, I forgot to mention a random thing. I did finally find the thing about Palm, about what her ethnicity was.
Why are you obsessed with this?
It was interesting. I'm not sure why, but it was an interesting genealogical background. I think she said she was French, Russian, and Korean.
That is kind of fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay, fair point.
And apparently, Palm, it was actually, I believe it was Korean for tiger.
Mm-hmm.
So I was
that's cool.
Okay,
I'm down for that.
Yeah.
I want to be named Tiger. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
One major negative I'll say towards this movie, though, I want my fucking Cosmo. I want Cosmo. They keep fucking teasing me by showing his picture in the credit. He cameoed in the first movie. I want my Russian fucking dog.
Oh, speaking of cameos from the first movie.
Oh yeah, Howard the Duck. Yeah. What, you're out of luck until you go duck. Oh, and Sylvester Stallone too.
Yeah.
Should we talk about that for a bit?
Yeah. Because he cameos as the leader of the Ravengers. Mm-hmm. And by the credits that you explained to me, we kind of learned who he actually was.
I mean, they kind of tease it because he has the blades that character has in the comics. Because he plays Starhawk, which I think is a character's name. I could be wrong. Who was the leader of the original Guardians of the Galaxy? Which original Guardians of the Galaxy took place way in the future.
Yeah.
So they're kind of obviously fucking with things a bit, but that's not atypical of these movies.
Yeah.
Here's going back to that point though, there was a lot of difference between the characters in the comics and the characters in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies in particular, but it doesn't matter because they're interesting.
Yeah.
And that's a big thing for me. Is whenever I say I hate Batman vs Superman because they didn't do this in the comics. Well, comics change things. Okay, yeah, they changed it, but it's not interesting.
Yeah.
That's the biggest sin you commit. is the fact that, okay, if you're going to change things, fine, I'm totally down for that, but make it something I can invest in or still in some way stays true to the heart of the character.
Like killing Jimmy Olsen. That would have been fine if we actually built that up.
And I'm still kind of annoyed that Jimmy Olsen in Supergirl is like a big hunk. Hers, like, you just went for the name alone, didn't you?
Yeah.
I haven't watched the show. I heard it's okay. It's gotten better in season 2.
That's what I've been told too. I watched the first episode and I was like, oh, maybe get to this later.
Yeah, like, that might be a show, like, if there's a demand, I'll make a vlog on it. I still gotta catch up on Iron Fist.
Yeah, that being said, though, I do want to watch the Flash crossover episode from the first season, because I heard that was great.
I'm totally down for Music Meister.
Yeah. Also, how the hell do you pronounce that guy? Mixie Spitlick?
Everyone mispronounces that name as Mixie Spitlick or something like that.
Okay, so I was close.
I'm guessing too.
Yeah.
I know they...
Because I was trying to think of what do they say in the cartoon? That was the
like
best way I could
Mixie
figure.
Spitlick or something like that.
Yeah.
I know that I know they did some really weird shit with him in the comics recently.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard about that.
I heard something about how he got killed or something like that.
Oh, they've been doing some fascinating shit
Yeah.
with Superman in the comics recently.
Yeah, I heard about that and I was like, whoa.
Like, they kind of was like, yeah, the New 52 Superman sucks. Let's just bring the old one back.
That's what I was told.
Yeah, that's more or less what happens. And now he has a son who's Superboy now. He hangs out with Batman's son, Damian. It's kind of amazing. But no, it's actually pretty good. I'll explain to you later. It's complicated.
Yeah.
Comics.
I got a quick crash course, and it's like interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of fascinating where they're going with that. But either way, at least we got the old, like, optimistic Superman back rather than, I'm angsty Superman. Because Man of Steel was a hit. Therefore, I am angsty. Fuck you, angsty Superman. But yeah, I can't think of a whole lot else to talk about.
Yeah.
Then I'm very curious. I'm so down for a Sylvester Stallone-led space movie.
Yeah.
Space heist movie.
Expaceables.
Yes! You had me at hello.
I didn't say hello. Whatever, you had me! Don't ruin the moment!
You had me at space. There you go. How about that? Does that work better for your picky sensibilities?
No, sorry, I was referencing something else.
Okay.
Like, I can't remember what it was. It's like, I didn't say hello. It doesn't matter. Or something like that.
So I'm sure we'll find sooner or later. So you want to go over trailers really quick? We got like, a lot of them. And it's also nice to see a movie that doesn't get me on quite the ultra serious rant I went on in the last video, which was by myself. Go watch the review for Colossal. It's actually very fascinating in my opinion.
Still need to watch that movie.
It's really good, but there is, my hot button.
Yeah.
And there's a good subplot with that. That takes a good chunk of the last half of the movie.
Ah, okay.
So I had some words. And it kind of made me glad I saw it by myself, because it's literally 30 minutes of me ranting about society. So yeah, we got like a newer trailer for the Transformers movie.
Yeah.
Have you seen the most recent MTV clip from that movie?
I don't care because I know it's gonna suck, but I'm gonna watch it anyway.
Like, there's some stuff in there that's like, oh boy, where is this going? Because it has Anthony Hopkins saying a robot has, and I quote, robot dementia. Sir Anthony Hopkins looks at Mark Wahlberg in the eye and calls him dude. This happens in a 1 minute clip. It's like, this could just be a glorious train wreck.
I think I'm feeling a little ill right now.
And then we got the Mummy trailer.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. I just want to know what the hell Tom Cruise is doing that makes him a fucking, like, Highlander. He probably is. I don't know. Like him and fucking Nicolas Cage and
Keanu Reeves.
They are the last.
Like, what was that? Like, what was that thing that I saw on Facebook where they're just splicing that bit from Samurai Jack? It's like, I thought he'd grow old, but he doesn't. He just grows that stupid beard.
Have you gotten to that part in Samurai Jack yet?
I haven't seen any of the new season yet.
Oh, so
By the
good.
time I tried to get on the computer, it was past episode 1. I couldn't get to it.
So good. There are places. All you have to do is ask.
I know. Remember, family were former police officers, and mom is...
Oh, suck a dick. You can do it.
And mom's a paralegal.
We talked about going 80 in front of your father. He didn't care.
Still, I will not do it on moral grounds. Plus, remember...
You are too lawful good for your own soul.
And I'm in the film industry.
Who the hell is gonna know you watched a video on a fucking website?
Sorry, it's just I morally cannot do because...
You are too lawful good for your own good.
Damn straight.
Dear Lord, you abandoned the law.
I am the law.
No, it just goes, law.
Yeah.
I just realized that's the conversation we're having right now.
Yeah.
And then we got Alien Covenant, which I've heard mixed things about.
It's apparently on par with Prometheus, take that as you will.
Which I still think my favorite joke from that movie is, you really just call this movie, dude, don't touch that. Because everything bad happens because you touch it.
Yeah.
Then we got Dunkirk, which I'm excited for that movie.
I'm mostly excited, except for the fact that I did find out that the writing is pretty much being done, I believe, mostly by Christopher Nolan this time around.
I feel like he's going back to more intense routes rather than Interstellar, which...
True.
And,
Yeah, but here's the thing. Throughout most of the career, it's Jonathan Nolan that's been doing the writing.
mm-hmm.
And any time that he's been Christopher Nolan's been the major writer, I think, or when he took over, that kind of created some problems. Case in point, the third act of Interstellar.
I don't think we're going to get that twist in this movie.
No, we're not. Thank God.
Or are we?
I hope not.
I have created the universe. I shall reshape it in my image.
On the topic,
Don't go there, daughter.
yeah. On the topic of crossovers, I'm still really sad that dream sequence I had for this movie as a post-credit scene didn't happen.
What was that?
Okay, so I had a dream that was basically meant to be that weird connection between like what this would be like an after credit scene that would connect to Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, yeah.
And it involves Doctor Strange flying through the interdimensional planes with Thor, kind of like what was hinted at the end of Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, they end up in the Disney universe with all these characters popping up, basically signifying they entered the Kingdom Hearts plane.
Fuck yeah.
And I was just like...
Rocky Raccoon has become a summon in Kingdom Hearts. Oh, fuck, that actually happens. That might actually happen.
Oh, that would be epic. A raccoon in a tree shooting guns at everything.
And it's a fucking summon. And somehow not the main character. Instead, we got whiny, spiky hair.
Still voiced by Haley Joel Osment, oddly enough.
Is that really still him?
Yeah.
Huh. So I'm looking forward to Dunkirk.
Yeah.
I feel like because of the story, it'll be more simplistic writing rather than I'll have to write exposition for everything.
I pray to God that's the case. But
I have faith.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be fairly good. It's going. I'm mostly certain I will very enjoy it.
Yeah.
Really enjoy it. Screw English. What that?
Okay. Then we got the 3D trailer for Valerian. That trailer gave me a fucking headache.
Oh yeah, first thing it was like, focus.
Yeah,
there we go.
Like that in 3D just gave me a fucking headache. I'm like, oh my god, this is hurting my head. And like that's when leaned over and he was like, the movie's called Valerian and there's a partner involved. Guess who makes it to the end? You're like, one of these fuckers is gonna be dying. It's not gonna be Enchantress. And one of these people's gonna live. It's not gonna be Enchantress. Calling it right now.
That's where I saw her from.
Yeah, that's why I was joking when he was like, yeah, jump from one dead franchise to another.
Also, I did not realize, like, wow, I'm seeing nothing but Mass Effect in here. aliens sharing all their knowledge, spacesuits that look like the N7 uniforms. Hey, 2 Commander Shepards.
I just saw Jupiter Ascending. That's what I saw. That's what I saw. Like, this is the shit to Jupiter Ascending. That could go either fucking way.
It's gonna be terrible, but a great ride.
Yeah. Go get him, Trunks. I think that's what the character's name was. I don't remember. Another case of they didn't go with 1 idea, or 2 ideas, or even 3 ideas. They went with all the ideas. Then we got Spider-Man Homecoming. I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, me too. That was actually kind of cool to see in 3D, though.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. I mean, like, I'm mostly just looking forward to Michael Keaton.
On that topic, what'd you think of the 3? Because you said you saw the movie in 2D the first time around. What'd you think of seeing Guardians in 3D?
You don't need to see this in 3D.
Yeah, there were a few good shots, but overall, it's not necessary.
There is no reason to pay the extra money to go see this in 3D. Like, the trailer was better in 3D than the actual movie was.
Yeah, for us, it's mostly we saw it in that because that was the earliest showtime we could get.
Yeah, because I got work at 6, so 6:20. Like, all right, here we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just, again, Michael Keaton. I'm just excited for that.
Damn straight.
And then we got
I am still annoyed that they basically gave away the entire movie in that trailer, though.
It's still not as bad as one of the Terminator movies.
Oh yeah. Where was it? The joke is that every time they release a movie, they give away the twist in the trailer.
Yeah, we're just like they didn't.
Yeah. Terminator 2. Robert Patrick is actually the bad guy. Terminator Salvation. What's his face is actually a machine. Terminator 5. John Connor's not really John Connor.
That fucking movie. That fucking series outside of 2. So then we finally got the new Star Wars trailer.
Yeah.
So we can talk a little Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Me too.
The cinematography looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's directed by the guy who made Looper. I'm down. That guy makes intense as shit movies.
Yeah. I still remember the joking Twitter war he and J.J. Abrams had.
What was that?
Oh, it's funny. During, like, when they announced, or when they released the trailer for the movie, I guess Rian Johnson and J.J. Abrams are getting at each other on Twitter as kind of a joke.
Okay.
And they were just shooting jabs at each other for like several hours.
Nice.
I can't remember what the hell that all was. Remember, it's like I was laughing pretty hard at it.
Nice. But yeah, I'm excited. It's Mark Hamill actually like not playing a parody of himself a bit.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate. It's a nice change of pace for him. I love Mark Hamill, don't get me wrong. But he's always kind of the kooky one in every movie I see him in.
Yeah.
Even like Kingsman, he was kind of the kooky one.
Yeah. But goddamn, was he a great kind of kooky guy in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
I haven't seen Jay and Silent Bob.
Oh my god.
I'm not a big Kevin Smith fan.
I know, but
it's
Mark
which
Hamill,
reminds me, someone actually asked me to review his last one. What the fuck was that called?
Yoga Hosers.
Yeah, Yoga. I gotta watch Yoga Hosers probably by myself.
I'll watch it with you.
Good man, Grant. Good man.
Yeah. But you need to come up to Emeryville for it.
Fair.
But, God, I remember, because basically, Mark Hamill's playing himself, playing a villain called Cockknocker. It's exactly what you think it is.
It's like my brain has to process that.
and he has, like, basically a lightsaber and a huge fist that is like, wait, why do they call you Cockknocker? Oh, you see, that's actually a very interesting story. You see...
I'm just saying, if what I had between my legs had a hand, I could have steered us out of that.
Yeah.
But what were we even? Oh, Star Wars. That's right.
Vengeance.
Yeah, but I'm really excited for that one. Like,
Me too.
I mean, hopefully Kylo Ren's less of a bitch in this one than he was in the last one.
Yeah, Ron was pretty on the money with that one.
He really was. Like, that's a character that did not survive well under scrutiny.
Yeah. It's like he did have some depth, but he was a wuss.
I mean, he had potential, but he really, like, once I saw the Kylo Ren emo Twitter page, that was like, that was it. That was it. Like, there was no coming back from that.
And what was that up against? Like the moping like Luke Skywalker.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah. Oh god, that was great.
Like, after that point, I was like, I can't take it seriously anymore. Even if I wanted to, I can't.
Oh, I couldn't take it seriously. Was throwing the hissy fit, and the two stormtroopers just like.
Yeah, this is true. But that was the one that said, like, Just keep the helmet on, Kylo.
Yeah. Like, what was it one comic? It's like, show me the monster that exists underneath that helmet. That's not what I expected.
It's like, I was expecting, like, fucking...
Snoke.
No. It's more like Hair by L'Oreal. Yeah, that's kind of what I got out of it. Thoriel.
Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
Which leads us into our next movie, Thor 3.
I'm excited for that one.
Yes. Like, I love that kind of with Captain America 2, where it's like, we're going to take all the rules of the other one and just throw them as far away as we can. And just do something entirely different.
Yeah, because... Like, I liked the first movie, second one was meh, so...
Yeah, like, I think the first one's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, it's like, I thought it was underrated.
I think so, too. Like, honestly, like, that comes back to Kurt Russell in this movie. Like, that has easily the best developed villain in any of the Marvel films.
Which is kind of sad when I think about it.
Well, yeah, like, that's always been Marvel's biggest problem, is they can never get their villains right, except for Loki. Like, the scene between Loki and Anthony Hopkins in the first Thor movie is great. It's a great scene.
It's like, that movie's just great Shakespeare.
It is, and it works in that ground. Thor 2, not so much.
Yeah. Once again, though, Loki was the only good part. He was, and
that's why I put more of him in it. Thor 3. Now, this is like, we're gonna just change the rules completely.
Yeah, we're gonna make this a Planet Hulk hybrid.
Which, fuck yeah. I am so down for that. I mean, granted, they say it's kind of a road trip movie, too, so I'm guessing they don't spend a whole lot of time in the Coliseum.
Yeah.
But we'll see where it goes. But at the same time, like, it has, like, Hela, I think her name. What's her name?
Yeah, Hela.
Hela in this movie, like, in the complete dorky helmet, but they make it look sinister.
Yeah, I was like, why does she look like a coup?
Yeah. I was actually playing. You know the game Evolved, right?
The what?
The game Evolve, a game called Evolve.
Yeah.
I was playing that with a few friends the other night, and I was playing like the Cthulhu-looking monster, and I was flying over it, and I killed everyone except one person who was kind of defiantly shooting me, and I couldn't stop myself. I said, and then one foolish samurai warrior stood up to oppose me.
Yeah.
And then I killed him.
Yeah.
Strangely satisfying moment.
Yeah.
But anyway,
sorry.
But anyway, back to Thor 3. So before we get too sidetracked, it's getting late. Now I gotta eat dinner still.
And I think we could both use sleep.
Yes, definitely. Because I can wake up early.
I wanted ice cream too, but there was no one at the bar.
I'm saying now. But anywho, so Thor 3. No, like, who plays Hela in the movie again? I forgot her name.
Elf Queen. Gesundheit.
Elf Queen?
Yeah, from Elf Queen from Lord of the Rings.
Jesus, dude, you okay there?
Allergies have been kicking my butt.
Yeah, they're really bad this year.
Oh God, who played her?
It's gonna bug me.
Oh my God. Began with a C. That's all I remember.
Chris Hemsworth. Wait, no.
Liam Hemsworth? No!
Even worse. Kate Blanchett.
Thank you.
Yeah. She looks intimidating as fuck in that movie.
Yeah.
Like, that's, again, like, that has the potential to be another great Marvel villain if they do it right, because they got the look down, and she has those, that's in their fucking eyes. She just bleeds evil. Yeah.
I'll say this, something about that, like, raven black hair really works really well.
Well, like, that and, like, the eye makeup they have on her makes it look like she's just literally been through hell.
Yeah.
And she's loving being, like, out in the world and can destroy whatever she wants. She has, like, bitterness written on her face. And of course, you got the Hulk in there, which, yes. Yeah. With easily one of the best jokes I've seen in one of these trailers.
Yeah. I know him! He's a friend from work!
And I think, like, someone put it up best on, like, I think on BuzzFeed, like, nobody is happier than Chris Hemsworth on this scene right here. And Chris Hemsworth has great comedic timing when you let him, like, work.
Yeah.
And do his thing. Like, he's a really funny actor. He's charming as fuck.
Yeah. Like, I'll still say, as much as I didn't like freaking Ghostbusters, he was the one part that kept me laughing in that movie, even if it went on a bit too long.
I forgot he was in that. Why'd you bring that back up?
To emphasize that even in crap, he can have some good comedic timing.
We don't talk about the new Ghostbusters!
Apparently not enough people did since it tanked.
It's like German history. Never happened. Big chunk just cut out.
Yes. Yeah. We did not invade Poland! We were invited! Punch was served!
Yeah, I invited that one. Yeah, then we got like a scene from Pirates of the Caribbean 5.
Oh yeah, which was kind of funny, I will admit.
Only funny because I leaned into you like halfway through because it has undead sharks. It just reminded me of Aquaman.
Yeah.
And then it's like an undead shark with half its body missing flies over the boat. I lean over and you go, hey, look, it's the Jaws franchise. Or where that explains what happened to all the goddamn sharks in those movies.
Yeah.
After like the 5th one blew up. Just sad there were 5 that blew up.
Wait, what?
Wait, sorry, 4.
Yeah.
4 blew up. Which is still, one too many.
Yeah. I think they also had the hammerhead from Flipper in there.
Entirely possible. I don't know, that movie looks like it's gonna be what it's gonna be. It's... Hopefully it's finally the fucking last one.
No, there's supposed to be a 6th one.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope. Because they said trilogy a while back.
What more story is there to fucking tell? It's clearly already reaching for, like, fucking material at this point.
It's been doing that since the 3rd.
Let's see. Even then, like, I think at some point I was like, these movies are just always insanely, unnecessarily convoluted. Why can't you just be a pirate looking for treasure? Why is that so hard? But no, it's gotta be the ancient artifact that's brought up all these people and it has convoluted puzzling methods. And then there's another thing over here and yada yada yada. Let's have a giant woman grow 50 feet tall for no reason and have her disappear for the rest of the movie. Fuck that movie.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, I kind of had my attention with Javier Bardem as the villain.
Yeah.
But honestly, he looks like he's probably gonna be wasted in this movie.
Probably.
Which just makes me massively disappointed. Yeah, that's all the last trailer we got. So I got final thoughts for Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Definitely check it out. We're both in agreement. It's kind of, it has some things that did better, some things not quite as good compared to the first movie, but it's definitely a worthy movie to add to the Marvel franchise.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm going to talk about this. I'm saving most of the nerdy talk for when I talk about this with Sarah on Saturday.
Right.
Because I feel like, all right, talk about the emotional stuff now. Save the nerdy for later. So stay tuned for that review in a few days. And otherwise, what else is even out this week?
Well, if you are somehow free tomorrow, I got those pre-screening tickets for that Everything movie.
What is that even?
I don't know. I think it's a crappy romantic movie, most likely.
Why are we seeing it then?
I didn't say we had to. It's like, okay, I'll just grab these if we're going to watch it, whatever. If not, whatever.
Because I happen to be free tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I don't really give two shits about The Circle. We can always check out The Lost City of Z.
Ooh. There is that.
We have options.
We do. Good options.
I know, because I was like... Oh, we've been kind of lucky in that we either just didn't have the time for, or there have been shitty movies that we just aren't really popular enough to really go out of our way to go see.
Yeah.
Except for The Comedian, which I got a recommendation for that. I got a
which one?
Request for that, the Robert De Niro comedy that came out earlier this year.
Oh, right, that King comedy one or whatever.
Yeah, it just called The Comedian.
Oh, right, that's what it was.
So I got to check that one out at some point too.
Yeah.
I still got a lot of shit I got to catch up on. I have been so behind.
Yeah.
I still got to watch both Equestria Girl movies.
Both what?
They're like My Little Pony movies, but humanized.
Those ones.
They're probably not for me, but I don't know. I could be surprised in some way.
Yeah. You fools! You converted him! You brought back MLP!
Just like, hey guys, here's my pony. Not that all fans are like that. I'm not generalizing.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Sorry, Dice. Did I spit on you?
No.
Oh, okay. You're looking at your finger.
No, I'm constantly fidgeting with the wedding ring.
You gotta get used to it, man. You gotta
Yeah,
it takes time. But no, I don't do obsessions small. Whenever I find something I like, I dive into it with like the hunger of a starving tiger.
Like with Gravity Falls.
Exactly.
That's worth it.
Exactly. It's like, that's why I'm almost afraid to pick up new shows, is because I know if I watch an episode, I like it, I cannot stop until I watch every single fucking episode.
Watch Trial and Error.
I just finally started watching Death Note, alright?
Okay, to be fair, Trial and Error, only 13 episodes, and it does have John Lithgow.
I don't know. On that one I'm kind of iffy on, but I'll see. But anyway, so I think it's all we got, and I'm gonna go home so I can eat. So
and I need to rip stuff and then go to bed.
Yes. So, thank you guys for watching. See y'all later.
Bye.